So I realized a lot of people don't really talk about the power of a woman. We always talk about like the misogynistic side, or we talk about how much they can affect us, or maybe what they should be doing for us, or whatever that really looks like. But it's like, if you've ever had a sister, or, if you just having a mom, or even having a girlfriend, you understand that the power of their words, the power of their actions, the power of how much peace they bring you really plays a role into your life, and really understanding like exactly what you need to be doing to stay focused on what you're grinding for. If you have, I've talked to a lot of people lately, especially with what I do in my field of like day trading and mentoring people. And whenever you're a day trader, it comes to a lot of emotional discipline, a lot of emotional, just the emotional sense in general that plays a role into how successful you can be. And what I've learned is that a lot of people, they'll have a girlfriend, but they're not really supportive, or they're becoming very, very stressful. And that plays a role in like a lot of how people like even operate in life. If you have someone that's constantly nagging you, someone that's constantly trying to like take all your attention, someone that's constantly not supporting you, someone that's constantly doubting you, that's talking down on you, that's going to play a role into how you even operate, And I always tell people, like, whenever you pick your girl, or whenever you pick someone that is going to be in your life, you got to pick someone that's going to be willing to support you through it all. I know even for myself, like whenever I was with my ex, she always believed in me no matter what it was that I was trying to do. She always saw the vision. She always understood that whatever I was trying to do was for the best, and I wasn't trying to steer myself wrong. And I understand what it really took for me to get to where I am, And it's like the power of a woman that a lot of people don't talk about is that if the girl is going to stress you and constantly nag you, you got to find a different girl. If she's super emotional about all these different type of things that's starting to wear you down, you need to find a different girl. Girls are what I've realized for women is that they come into your life and they love to give you peace when they have peace in their life. So if they're coming in with chaos and they're coming in with a whole bunch of baggage, that baggage is going to be brought into you. We got to be honest, man. And especially if they have come from, not being treated right or a broken household, that is going to come and affect you as well. Only because they don't know what it's like dealing with someone like you. You know what I'm saying? You're a person that's on your grind, this person that's trying to become a high value man, a person that's working on yourself consistently, that's working on yourself mentally, even spiritually. And she's not used to most of that, She's probably in school, she's probably trying to do her own thing, trying to get her education. And you're like, okay, well, I'm trying to become an entrepreneur, right? The things that you're trying to do aren't aligning with what she's used to. So now she's like, okay, I'm not used to this level of guy. So what I need to do is learn how to act right. Because if he's actually going to be a successful entrepreneur, I want to be a part of that lifestyle. I want to be there to say I was there in the beginning. I want to be his support, Not all girls are like that, but granted, you will find some that are like, I actually just want to cater to you and want to be your peace. Those are the ones that you want to keep, because the ones that actually come into your life and then become chaotic and then give you a whole bunch of stuff to, worry about and to stress about and to stay up like late nights about, and you have to give a bunch of emotional support to, those are the ones that end up draining you. And then you don't have any power or any battery left for the other things that you need to grind for. You know what I'm saying? So the power of a woman is very, very strong. Even if it's not someone relationally, it could be your sister, it could be your mom. Like, just even having those type of women in your life that's like, man, out of everyone in my life, I would think that my mom would support me with blank. Or man, out of everyone in my life, I thought that my sister would have shown up for blank. And it's like, they don't show up and all of a sudden you feel a little discouraged. All of a sudden your mom doesn't believe in you, and all of a sudden you're like, man, I don't know if I'm doing the right thing. And you got to be careful with that, because not everyone's going to first off see your vision. I'm gonna start with that. Not everyone's going to see your vision, but at the same time, sometimes you just got to learn how to thug it out on your own, because they're not going to understand what you're trying to go for and what you're working towards. So I say all those things to say, man, the power of a woman is very, very strong. And if you don't understand that the power of whatever female you choose or whatever females are in your life, then it's going to make it very hard for your life to stay consistent, to stay on the grind. You know what I'm saying? Get you a girl that constantly wants to be your peace, but is so willing to support you that she'll go that should just understand what it really takes, you know? Most girls, and this is the other thing, is that most girls, they really want you whenever you're at your final form. You know, they don't want you whenever you're in the process. They don't want you whenever you're trying to work on yourself and trying to figure it out. They want you whenever you have all the money. They want you when you have that nice car that you wanted. They want you when you got your own spot. They want you when when you walk around and you got the nice body. They want you when you can dress. They want you when you've already figured out how to smell right. You know, they want you at the final form instead of them being there during the process, which is why I also say being there during the process is one of the key things that a girl can do, because she understands what it really took for you to get to where you at. You're not just showing up and you're like, oh yeah, by the way, here's a house for you, here's a car for you, I got the money already, I got all this and this. Instead, you're like, man, I'm trying to work on this and this. And she's like, you know what? I support it and I want to be there for you. That means so much to a man, you know? It means so much to a man, especially if you're not in a position of actually wanting to support yourself or don't have supporters around you. All it takes is, the touch of a woman, right? All it takes is the encouraging words of, baby, I see you. Baby, I know it's hard and I know you've been stressed out, but if you need anything, just let me know. You know, the power of a woman is so crazy. And I realized that over my years is that, like, you'll have stressful days, you'll have stressful moments, and the right girl will come and she'll just give you like automatic peace, automatic like care and love. And it's like, okay, I suddenly feel a little bit of relief. I suddenly feel like everything's gonna be okay. And you just gotta be careful of who you're giving that power to, because not every girl's gonna want the best for you. So that being said, y'all, that's the power of a woman. If you didn't really recognize it before, now you do. Hopefully that plays a role into how you pick your girl, your wife, whoever that is. If you're already in a relationship and you're trying to figure out if that girl is the one, she's giving you the right power, I should say, then understand what that really looks like. And if she's not being your piece, she got to put up the piece. You understand? So that being said, y'all, that's all I got. It's gonna wrap up the video. Like the video, comment what you guys think about it. I always love to hear it. Sub to the channel, and until then, y'all, I will catch y'all in the next video. I'm going.